Hello everybody, this is Shilpa Banerjee from Skills Zenith Consulting. Today we are back with another lesson of the CBSE Board Class 4 Social Studies subject, and the lesson is A Clean Green Earth, just like the picture that we see here. Specifically in this lesson today, we will be studying about the various forms of pollution, their causes and effects, which means what are the different kinds of pollution, what causes these pollutions and what happens because of them. Then we study about waste management and prevention of pollution. So first, let's say what is pollution. So what is pollution? Pollution is the process of adding something to the environment that is dirty, unclean or harmful. So if you look at this video here, the clean water is being polluted by so many dirty things that are added to it, right? That is pollution. So in simple words, pollution occurs when the air, water and land around us gets dirty. In simple words, getting land, air or water dirty is called pollution. Pollution is harmful for humans, but not just for humans, it's also harmful for animals and plants as well. The different types of pollution, mainly we have four types of pollution: land pollution, air pollution, water pollution, and noise pollution. So now we'll study in detail about the land pollution. In this, we will study why should the land be clean, what is land pollution, harmful effects of land pollution, and the causes of land pollution. So why should the land be clean? So in simple words, do we like a dirty house? Would you like to stay in a house that is dirty? No, right? So exactly that is why the land should be clean, because we live on the land, right? The land we live on provides us with many important things. It gives us place, it gives us air. So when the land is clean, people, plants and animals have healthy places to live and grow. If not, we live in a very dirty place, thereby it will cause many diseases which will be harmful to us. So we need a very clean land. What is land pollution? Land pollution is anything that damages, contaminates, or in simple words, dirties the land. So dirtying of land is called land pollution. So if you look at this picture, so many dirty things are added to the earth, right? So that causes land pollution. What are the causes of land pollution? The main causes are garbage, farming, and factories. So, garbage, what happens when the garbage that we throw away from our houses is not disposed of properly? It causes land pollution. If it is disposed properly, it is fine. If not, it adds on to the dirt on the earth, thereby it causes land pollution. Next is farming. We all know that a lot of fertilizers and pesticides are used. They are, of course, necessary to ensure that the plants or the crops grow and that they do not have any diseases. But at the same time, they also damage the soil and they become poisonous when it is used beyond the quantity that is required. So that's why it becomes a reason for land pollution, because it becomes poisonous to living creatures when it is used in excess. Next is factories. Again, factories is an inevitable part of our lives, but the paint and the chemicals from factories, the what happens? They mix with the soil around the factory, and then again they become a reason for land pollution. What effects of land pollution? So why can't we just keep quiet? Yes, we cannot keep quiet because there are some harmful effects of land pollution. What are they? Mosquitoes, flies, and other insects fly around the overflowing garbage bins and then they come into our house. So, as you see, these are the mosquitoes, flies, and also many other insects. Wherever there is a garbage, they sit on this garbage, and these mosquitoes and flies also enter our house. So, you can imagine how dirty they are, how many germs will be there on their legs, correct? These insects bite us and they cause diseases like malaria, dengue. These are just few. There are also many other diseases that are caused by them. And these flies also sit on our food. and that can cause again many of the problems like stomach upset or many other diseases. So these are the harmful effects of land pollution. Now we move on to air pollution. What is air pollution? We all know that air is a mixture of many gases. Now, air pollution is the process by which dust and smoke from our environment mixes with the air that we breathe in. So, this is called air pollution. The causes of air pollution, there are two main causes. One is nature and the other is humans. Nature, there are some of the causes that are natural in nature, which is not human made. So these are called natural causes. These are volcanoes, for example, volcanoes, forest fires, and sandstorms. They happen naturally and we have no control over them. But there are also some of the causes of air pollution which is man made. These are the human causes. These are vehicles and factories. You know that a lot of smoke is emitted from the vehicles and also from factories. So this smoke, like as you see in the picture, they get mixed up with the air in the atmosphere and they pollute the air. Effects of air pollution, the main effects are, the first one is breathing difficulty. You might have seen that many of the people suffer from many respiratory disorders. This is mainly because of air pollution. The breathing becomes difficult because the air that we breathe in has become so contaminated. Then it also leads to a lot of skin problems, and then also seasonal changes. Seasonal changes means our seasons, the nature does not remain normal. So, for example, delayed monsoon, rainfall does not happen when it has to happen, and there could also be excessive heat during summer because there is so much of carbon dioxide that is mixed in the air. So, there could be excessive heat than what would be without air pollution. Next, we move on to water pollution. We know that water makes up of over 70% of Earth's surface. So most of our Earth is covered with water. Water is a very important resource for the environment and the living things in it. We need water for so many things, right? We need it for drinking, for cleaning, for bathing, correct? For plants. So water is a very important resource. Unfortunately, even the resource as important as water is polluted. So, what is water pollution? The contamination of water bodies. So, what is contamination? In simple words, when the water bodies like lakes, oceans, or others become dirty, that is called water pollution. The causes of water pollution, there are three main causes. One is humans, factories, and the ships. How humans cause water pollution? Human beings normally dump household waste, detergents, and body waste into water in lakes, in rivers. You might have seen many of the people, they just dump their garbage into the rivers, into the lakes. This causes water pollution. Next is factories. Factories also dump their cleaning supplies, medicines, paints, and other chemicals into the water, which is very unfortunate. This again causes water pollution. So, you might have seen that many of the rivers around the industrial areas are very dirty. They're so full of froth. That is because the factories dump their waste into these water bodies. Next is ships. There are some huge ships that carry oils across oceans from one country to another country. Now, what happens during this transportation of oil? A lot of oil gets spilled into the ocean. So, obviously, because of this, the water gets polluted when the excess oil or the oil gets spilled into the ocean. So, these are the main causes of water pollution. Now, effects of water pollution. So, what happens because of water pollution? What are the problems that we face because of water pollution? The first, a very obvious reason is water becomes unsafe for drinking. So, when water gets so dirty, can you drink it? No, you cannot. It is so dirty, it will obviously cause many diseases. So, the water becomes unsafe or unfit for drinking. Water becomes poisonous for living creatures, especially sea creatures. So, obviously, for us, it becomes unsafe for drinking, but it also becomes harmful or poisonous, okay, for all the other living beings also, especially sea creatures because they live inside the water. So, when this water gets polluted, they get many diseases too, just like human beings. And unfortunately, a lots of them die also because of water pollution. It leads to death of many aquatic animals. Many diseases such as hepatitis and cholera spread through polluted drinking water and seafood. So it also becomes a reason for many of the diseases. So that's why it's very important that we drink very safe, cleaned, boiled drinking water. Next, we move on to noise pollution. So, all this pollution that we saw just till now were tangible. You could see it, but noise pollution is something that you cannot really see, but you just feel it. Okay, that is noise pollution. What is noise? Noise is defined as unwanted sound. So you there are many sounds around us, like right, we watch TV, there is sound. We listen to a song, that is a sound. The difference between sound and noise is sound is a very pleasant thing. You like to hear it, but noise is something that is unwanted. You really don't like hearing it, which is very high. When it is unpleasant, you call it a noise. Okay, for example, when a neighbor listens to a song that is very loud, you say it is a noise. But if you listen to a song that you really like in a very right amount of volume, that is a sound. Okay, what is noise pollution? It's an excess of annoying degree of sound coming from a particular area. So, as I just told, when there is too much of noise, and what is annoying? Irritating. That means something that you don't like. So when there's too much of noise coming from a particular area, it is called noise pollution. What are the causes of noise pollution? The first is factories. So factories, because in their process, in the manufacturing process, they make a lot of noise because huge heavy machinery is used for many of their manufacturing processes. So that obviously causes noise. So noise pollution is caused by factories. Vehicles, first is because of their movement, and second because of the continuous honking. Many people unnecessarily end up honking. That also causes noise pollution. Crackers. Uh, During many of the religious festivals, during many of the ceremonies like weddings, we have the tendency to burst crackers. I know many people do it for fun, but it also leads to noise pollution because there is too much loud noise and many people may not like it. So it becomes noise pollution. Next is social events. So, social events, if it is done without any noise, it's fine. But if you're playing a very loud music, if you're shouting a lot, that also becomes noise pollution. Loudspeakers, again, we use loudspeakers for announcing. For public events, we use loudspeakers. For ceremonies, we use loudspeakers. So again, what happens? You could be disturbing many people. It causes too much of noise, so it becomes a cause of noise pollution. Next is electronic gadgets used at home. Nowadays, we use electronic gadgets for everything. We have dishwashers, we have washing machines, we have microwaves, right? So these also, because they all make a lot of noise, they also become a cause of noise pollution. Effects of noise pollution. Now, what happens because of noise pollution? It affects people's hearing ability. See, not all of us have the same strength and capability, right? There could be some people who would be affected more than the others. So when the noise is too much, it could affect people's hearing ability. It may be surprising, but some people may even become deaf. Okay, it causes sleep disorders. Naturally, when there is so much of noise, can you sleep? No, you cannot, right? So it causes sleep disorders. It causes stress to people in hospitals and students. So whenever you play loud music, remember there are students who are studying for their exams. There are patients at hospitals. They all need peaceful environment without much of noise. So what happens when there is noise pollution? It causes stress to them. The patients at the hospitals cannot take rest. The students cannot study for their exams. So these are the effects of noise pollution. Now we move on to the next part of this lesson, which is pollution and the waste we generate. See, we generate so much of waste, right? What is waste? Anything that we no longer need or use is known as waste. So the same item, when you were using it, it is something useful. But when it ceases to be used, when it is no longer useful, it becomes a waste. It includes old or unwanted food, paper, broken furniture, used containers, and other things. So, these are some of the examples. When we buy them, when we are using them, they're useful commodities. But when we no longer need them, it becomes waste. So, you can see so much of waste is dumped here. The types of waste, there are six types of waste: solid waste, liquid waste, gaseous waste, organic waste, recyclable waste, and hazardous waste. So now we will study about each of this in detail. So first is solid waste. What is a solid waste? Garbage from households, shops and factories, and also construction materials. So these are all solid waste. What is liquid waste? Waste in liquid form. Some of the examples are water used in the bathrooms and harmful chemicals generated from factories and industries. What is gaseous waste? Any waste in the gaseous form. What are the examples? Smoke and dust from chimneys of the house and factories, burning of garbage, and fine dust that flies out of the construction sites. Organic waste is waste that will decompose fairly quickly. Okay, examples of food or dried leaves and grass. Recyclable waste is waste that can be melted using proper equipment in factories to make new things. So, this is a waste that can be put to use again. Hazardous waste. What is a hazardous waste? It's harmful waste from hospitals and factories. It should be disposed responsibly because if not, they are bound to cause serious diseases, infections, or allergies. So that's why they're called hazardous waste. That means they're very dangerous. So that's why waste management is very important. What is waste management? Collecting and processing the waste so that it causes minimum harm to the environment. So what should we do? Waste should not be just left as it is. We have to collect it and process it so that the harmful effects are minimized. That is called waste management. That means managing the waste efficiently. So now, related to waste management is something called landfills. Have you heard of this word? What are landfills? They are vacant areas of land where holes are dug and waste is dumped into them. So now, what happens? Have you ever wondered what happens to the garbages that are collected from your homes? They all end up in these landfills. Okay, so these outskirts, normally in the outskirts of a city or a town, huge holes are dug, and whatever garbage is collected from the cities and the villages, they are dumped into it. So what ends up in landfills? The kind of waste that ends up in landfills are food, electronics, toys, and clothes. All these come in packages, right? So these packages end up in landfills, and also garbage. So everything does not end up in landfills. Only this, what I just told you about, ends up in landfills. And as I already told you, normally landfills are located in the outskirts of a city or a town, not close to a residential area. Okay. Now, why should we sort waste? You might have heard everybody saying that you should sort your waste into dry waste, wet waste, medical waste, correct? Now, you might have even ignored it, but friends, it's very important. Now, why is it important? Why should we sort waste? Let me just tell you. See, the waste in the landfills should ideally decompose into rich soil in a few years, correct? That's why we put it in the landfill. But as I told you, not everything gets into landfills because with so many plastics and chemicals being dumped into these landfills, unfortunately, the soil and the groundwater becomes polluted. Correct. So it is important to sort the waste and send only the waste that decomposes into the landfills. See, why do we put these things into landfills? So that it mixes with the soil and the soil becomes nutritious, so which can be used as a manure or compost later. But if you are putting chemicals, plastics, and all these into landfills, it will not serve the purpose. In fact, it will cause pollution. That's why we should sort waste, and only what will decompose should be sent to landfills, not all the waste. There is one process called recycling. Now, what is recycling? The process of melting things like glass, plastic that cannot be sent into the landfill and making new items out of them which can be reused. So, what decomposes will be sent to landfills and it makes the soil nutritious and it can be used as a compost. But what cannot be sent to landfills, what should we do? We can melt them and make new things out of them and reuse them, recycle them. Understood? That is called recycling. There is another process called incineration. Now, what is incineration? Incineration is the process of burning dry leaves, paper, and old clothes to get rid of them. See, you might have seen many people when the garbage is not collected on when there is no effective or efficient way of garbage collection in certain areas. What people do? They will just burn the garbage, the dry leaves, and the garbage from their homes. They'll just burn it, correct? You might feel that they're actually doing a good thing because the garbage is getting vanished, but it does not, because it causes air and land pollution, so it should not be done. Okay, but this process is very important in certain cases. So what are the cases where it becomes important? To burn waste containing poisonous chemicals safely so that the poisonous chemicals do not get into the air, water, or land around us. So, incineration should not be done at the residential level, but for some of the poisonous chemicals used at the factories, incineration should be done, but not the way that we do it in front of our houses. There is something called incineration plants. That means special place that takes care of incineration. This is where it needs to be done. So what is composting? So here there are two terms that you need to know. One is organic waste and the other is compost. What is organic waste? Waste such as leftover food, fruits and vegetable peels, and garden waste like mowed grass and dry leaves. These are called organic waste. Okay. Compost waste that decomposes and turns into nutrient rich soil over time is called a compost. That's why these are mostly used by people for their plants. Now, how do we turn organic waste into compost? We studied about organic waste and we saw what composting is. So, there are four steps from how we convert an organic waste into compost. First, dump the organic waste in a pit in the backyard or in a compost bin. If you have a backyard, you do it there, or you make a separate bin. So, whatever organic waste, that means whatever we studied, what are organic waste? Any waste from the kitchen, from the leftover food or the dried leaves, the mowed grass or leaves, what you put it in a pit or in your backyard. Now, when it fills up, cover it with soil. So, when your pit is filled, what you cover it with soil. Okay, about 6 months later, so just leave it as it is. After about 6 months, what happens? The waste in the pit decomposes into rich soil. So whatever you put, this organic waste, it gets mixed with the soil and the soil becomes a very rich soil. Now this rich soil can then be used to grow plants or trees. So now it has become a compost. So I hope you understood this process. It's very important. All of you can do it at home. So I hope this will be applied by all of you at your homes. So friends, that was it. That's it about this lesson. I hope you all understood. For any more queries, please don't hesitate to call us on 9972399337, or you can also email us at skillsinit@gmail.com. You can visit our website for the detailed analysis and the solved exercise of this lesson. So you can see all the details on the slide. Please do visit us. Don't hesitate to contact us. So bye for now. Keep watching our videos. Do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to our channel. Bye bye.